Hello, good day, salutations, greetings from I, the man David, brother David, the soul David, and the 9th of April 2019, allegedly. I'd like to start by reading some words um, about slavery, about the theme of today. Excuse my out of tune. There is a reason why man was a DJ and not a dancer, neither a singer. But I do hope that it will get the point across and it will bring a smile to your boat race when these phonics hit your shell like. So today is stress. I will come on camera shortly, but whilst I attempt to do this next part, you can have the chemi fog effect. All right, stand by, and thank you for joining. For those that are joining halfway through, be a bit of a shock. Here we go. Pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong. Yes, I, by the hand of the Almighty, forward in this generation, this sovereign generation, triumphantly. Won't you help me to sing? Oh, yes, I. These songs of sovereign freedom, rights, because all we ever have, this is our what? Redemption songs. Oh yes, remix. Redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but yourselves can free your minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, because we get a nuclear vision. We can't stop at the time. Oh yes. How long shall they kill our prophets? What? We stand aside and look on the news. Who? It's just a part of it. Now, Andy says we've got to fulfill the book. Yes, I. Won't you help to sing what? Yes, I. These songs of sovereign freedom, because these are all we ever have. Aye, I'm stopping now. That's enough. You get the idea. The sovereign redemption song. Mental slavery. Respect Bob. R.I.P. to one of the prophets that we come to know as phonically prophet through mathematics, music. I apologise to those dogs that are barking, heads that are turning. I can't sing. I've never been able to, so I couldn't do it with a camera on. It's a little bit embarrassing. Here we are. Gosh. I've had a word with the brothers, with the fam, Andy, Kevin, Josh, G Star, and we'd like to go forward with health and wealth, regular weekly casts, and the idea will be we will elaborate on how we see stress fundamentally in all aspects of. Why is my camera weird? Is the sound alright? Are we okay, fam? Let me switch to the Wi-Fi. 1 second. 1 second. It's important to us, the stress, the way that stress affects man. Lots of areas of stress, as I've put on the video there. I am a fan of Occam's razor. Occam, as in William Occam, and his outline analogy on certain things there. I'll let you look at it and do your due diligence and research, but stress is not acceptable when it affects you mentally. After the mental, it will affect you physically, eating, sleeping, how you interface with your family, things like that. So this is what we're here to do. Let me just check that all is well on the cast. Video is going weird, but we are on. hello to Lev, Andrew, Lisa. Connecting the dots, new scribe, thank you. Lisa, my Mr. walked by and asked, who is that? Sorry for the, thank you for the blessings, and sorry for the singing, attempted singing, remix of Bob Marley, Redemption Song, Mental Slavery, Emancipation. So we have an issue with all of our family with stress. There's been a report done. Let's get to the facts now. Substance over the form. I'm going to go to a report done that I've found. I've just done a search for stress because it's something that bothers a lot of us. We're seeing a lot of stress, a lot of self medicating within the family and community, and it bothers us, it bothers you. It's really an issue here. So we're going to have the weekly casts, of which we'll put a date and we'll stick to it, for myself, Kev, Josh and Andy. I'd like to see this report here from 2015. Sorry, things are moving before my eyes. The number of sick days we take has plummeted, but the reason behind the ones we do take is worrying. The number of sick days we take has plummeted. A new study has found, remember 2015, so relatively new, but the number of days we take due to depression, anxiety and stress has risen. Using data from 68 GP surgeries across the nation, researchers found fewer periods of sick leave were taken between 11 and 13 than the equivalent period 10 years earlier. The proportion of people taking time off for mild to moderate mental health issues went up from 26% to 38%. Respiratory health problems have gone up as well. That's gone from 10% to 6%. What? There was a decline in the proportion for respiratory, sorry. So healthier in body, but not in mind. Seems our bodies are getting strong. The mind, the temples, the Shirleys, the suffering. We're self-medicating. Glasgow, Edinburgh and Dundee are the highest drug rates for death drug rates in Europe. So worrying, yes we are. This is from cityam.com, what I've just scanned for on DuckDuckGo. I'll try and find a more recent one. 30th of May 2017, sciencedaily.com. Does stress lead to lengthy periods of sick leave? Let me put UK. Let me see what happens for results on UK. If you are a teacher or you are in the public realm and you are suffering austerity, ones that are having their jobs cut that don't have to be replaced to save on budgets, I'd like to hear from you. We'd like to hear from you further later down the line when we instigate these weekly stress related hangouts and chats that we're going to line up for you. Telegraph, 1st of November 2018. All right, keywords to put in: stress, sick leave, study, UK. 5 words. Top result: work-related stress and mental illness now accounts for over, and this is from the Telegraph, 1st of November 2018. Let me continue to find what is out there and what's being reported on. Work-related stress and mental illness now accounts for over half of work absences. So November 2018 from the telegraph.co.uk. The author is a man called Josh of the family Wilson, and 1st of November 18. For the first time, work-related stress, anxiety or depression accounts for over half of all working days lost to ill health in Great Britain. In total, 15.4 million working days were lost in the year 2017 to 2018 as a result of the condition. The condition, okay, is that what we're calling it? Up from 12.5 million last year. So 15.4 up from 12.5, so 3 million gone up, yeah, in a year. This equates to 57.3% of the 26.8 million workdays lost to ill health, according to figures released by the Health Secretary Executive, HSE, for the United Kingdom, that is. We like our numbers, so yeah, here we go, the numbers talk. This increase has been partially driven by a rise in the number of new It's just of new or long-standing cases with 5,595,000 workers reporting that they currently suffer from the condition, up from 526,000 in the years ending 16-17. Although a new 24-hour mental health hotline was announced by Chancellor Philip Hammond as part of Monday's autumn budget, along with funding for a new mental health service, there are growing calls for employers to do more. Full stop. General Secretary of the Trades Union Congress, TUC, Francis O'Grady, said the following. Work-related stress is a growing epidemic. It is time employers and the government took it more seriously. End of quote. Warm words are not going to fix this problem. Managers need to do far more to reduce the cause of stress and support employees struggling to cope. This means tackling issues like excessive workloads and bullying in the office. Toxic workplaces are bad for staff and productivity. So I left my job as a manager for a major corporation, NASDAQ, stock market, shares on that, and the management there was sloppy, to say the least. It was run like an old boys club. It is a shareholder corporation, obviously being on the stock markets, and the shares floated. Primarily managers I see are too young, don't have enough experience. The power goes to the head. They're a job's worth. They're often younger than the team that they manage. They don't have the correct support from the corporations, the corpses. They don't have the investment. They don't have the language skills. There's language barriers. There's profit to be made. There's cuts to be had. This is as the corporations now. It's interesting, the academic and the trust and the austerity and the effects there for the teachers and the parents and all the families, to be fair. Then you have the issues in the commercial sector, where we've got to keep that perpetual debt motion going, and the profits must increase, the consumption must increase, and we must consume. And these kind of, as brother Richard Werner has said, when we increase money output and quantity of ease and have this commercially driven market with the 25% of the management coming, frequency of money coming from this, and 75 from the communities, it's showing you that these lot are pumping money, resources, investment into an ever-growing, ever-consuming, because debt must rise, profit must rise, borrowing must rise. A bit like the council in March, where they get all the road workings going because they've got to spend the budget. It must be spent, we must have more, it must increase. It's a machine, and there's key players in place to control all of that, and it has a direct correlation on man and pressure, workloads. I don't know, some might say that teachers have an easy life and they have a lot of holidays. I don't think I could be one, not in the academic realm like that, and have the government meddling and interfering. It's all wrong, it's all upside down. The commercial area is the profit area. It's driven with profit in mind by managers that hide in offices, in my experience, that have elbows like this from doing no work, not because they've genuinely got a little bit of psoriasis. Just incredible. And the output then is man gets off sick, families are affected, sick, self-medicated, loss of earnings, mortgages, repossessions, foreclosures, debts, borrowing, spirally slope. So it's just another massive area of which we believe we can have a healthy body and a healthy mind as we export ourselves from the United Kingdom and the public over back to England and Wales, Ireland and Scotland, and reside in the private. So it's not nice, the fear, the intimidation, how to handle debt in itself. That's where the mental anxiety comes from. So you see, it is a full encapsulation of education, because learning, getting on, wherever you get on the ladder, you will find that you can move up and down with ease, and it is all relevant. So a ladder is a bad example. It should have been a circle. Wherever you come in, it will lead and you will come full circle. Doesn't matter where you join, which part of the journey you enter in on, or what level, but it's key competence, the way that you see yourself. There's a reason, Brother Santos, and the scriptures and the books and the gospels and so forth say, know thyself. And we've picked up on that in law, because you do need to know thyself, and not knowing thyself is a crime to your conscious, your temples, you, who you are. Who is you, and what language do you refer to me as? Where do you live? I live in here. I live under the dome. Well, actually, David would be here, and the temples. This is the residence of the man David. The body is in the physical void, the void of space, the seas of space. I'm on a vessel, it's called Earth. I'm on a plane, physically, but then again, subatomically and scientifically, it appears we're in a void. So how far do you want to go? We can go, all areas, but there is a curve. And for your mental health, you start at A and you finish at X. Myself, Kevin, Andy, Josh, and Greg are all worried, and we're all seeing telltale signs and cracks, and we are managing it ourselves, and we're not perfect. We're going through a great deal. Now, management. We manage our personal, private arena. We manage YouTube accounts. We manage forums on .coms. We have private and what do we have? We have private meetings and agreements, and manage them. We have emails, and I know I'm behind. I'm getting caught up quite well, actually. Things are going good. So we manage, and we're used to that. We can have our transferable skills and use that, what we've applied in the commerce, into the private area and for our own use now. Because as you've seen, when you invest blood, sweat, tears and years into a company, they will just ping you off when the profits and the shareholders decide it is time to let you go. You're expendable. Your services are no longer required, and thank you very much. And you've earned us a lot of money. You might get a little parting gift. There's no friends there. There's no relationship of any substance, because it is a ship, and it's commercial, it's commerce, and it's public. So there you go. It's worrying. It's going to be an epidemic, and we can start with a weekly day. And it is recorded, and it will be presented professionally. We will prepare for it. We've got the ingredients and the food side of it from Josh. Kevin's a wealth of knowledge with regards to holistic side. What we are doing with ourselves and our private lives will bring to you. I currently have this luxury going off with Anne-Marie. A little bit of a gym there, so I'm going to be showing some of the training regime that I use. I am a bit like Tom Daly. I'm trying to put on weight and gain mass, so we're not eating meat. We're eating very little. We're having lots of fruit and veg, and we have ideas. We can do programs for management, how to look after yourself, breathing, wow, and the diaphragm, and pushing out, breathing in, concentrating. We'll have lessons on the basics, because it seems we're anxious, angry, a lot of scribes at the minute, and we are self-medicating. And if we're not self-medicating, we're going to the GP, and the GP is giving a diagnosis of whatever, and giving us the big pharma. So we have to realise, private souls, we're mixed up in the public. We have to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. And as Andy, Kevin and Josh have said, none but yourselves can free your mind. There is a limit to what we can do, what we can prove, what we can point out, and how we can, show this. We overcome quite a lot in the lawful side, but the law is not everything. Our strength, if we've got all this knowledge and we can build these libraries and we build this place, if you're not strong and you're not capable and you're not fit and you're not vibrating and you're not energized and you're sick and you're cancerous and you're mucousy and you're full of sugars and you're dependent, then we need to give you another option, because we clearly see that the processed packets, aluminium, sucrose, fructose, phenylenolane, aspartame, preservatives, yeast extract, maltodextrose, God Lord, it just spews out. These are all the things that Indigo's, wait there, what did I see that was of interest that really floated my boat? It's gone. Right, something that contained, here it is. And when you go out into the, well, I'm going to get done here for someone's going to tell me off. Right, let's try and hide the product. If I show the product, then I don't really care. But you can buy stuff cheap from supermarkets, and you can't see it because the camera's foggy, all right. But on there, it does say, warning, E110 and E129 may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children. Well, also in indigos, in anybody with hyperactivity, in anybody with autism on the autistic spectrum. So you buy sweets made in Britain, traditional confectioner, made the old-fashioned way. Well, according to the old ways, man didn't poison man with E numbers that are derivatives of, yes, we know E110, I do anyway, I'm not allowed it, I was banned from it. So there's lots of issues there, along with the toxins and poisons that these big farmers and food and drug administratives, yes, the administrators there, are putting in our food. Now, if Andy, I, Josh, Greg and Kevin was in control, we wouldn't have, or had some say, not in control, nobody wants control, but had some output, oversaw it and managed it with you. We did it together, and we had the responsibility. It would never happen. There would be no poisons, there would be no plastics, there would be no aluminium, there would be no bullshit like that, I'm sorry to say it, which is then to go, oh yeah, we'll stop doing that. You know, salmonella, you know, well, you might get salmonella from an egg, so we need to start injecting chickens, and that's why eggs have got the lion stamp on it. I remember the facade with egg wiener of the curry house. Yes, and she may have had a great relevant point, but then we saw BSE and mad cow disease, and compared to the chicken and the egg scenario that we saw brought out there, I was quite horrified when I saw the mad cow effect and learned what happened. And I thought, again, who, why? Surely there's a better way. What's wrong with grass? In America and other such corporations that love their massive animals and bovine and steaks and cows with steroids, they now have like a spaceport hatch. You know, like on a science fiction film where that eyelet opens up and the spaceship goes through and then it closes again, the special eye, the door. Well, they have them on cows, and the farmer just puts his hand in, drops in the powders, drops in the steroids, closes back up again. It's just wrong, like the persons and the persona and the law and the masks. It's wrong. So we're putting in poison. We're looking and interfacing with poison. We're reading poison. We're thinking poison. It's come high time that the physical five have joined together in a back room chat, and the boys have said, here's a concern, they're up for it. We're going to constructively, they'll work on their own pieces. It's not going to be no random interaction. Whatever Andy does to employ stability, harmony, and dietary wealth in his life, we will bring to you. Whatever Kevin does, we will bring to you. Whatever Josh does, which is an enormous amount, to be fair, we will take several casts to bring to you and continue to bring to you. And then what I do, I will bring to you separately as well. So we need Andy up to 1,000 subscribers, as it is now, because the rules have changed there, and you can't go live unless you have 1,000 or more. Limitations and restrictions, I know, but it is the world we're in. I'm going away Friday for the Queen Anna Maria's late father's funeral. The ashes are to be spread, so you won't hear or see anything from me, very little, for Friday the 12th till Friday the 19th. I know what the dates are. I know what exactly they coincide with, the coincidence of, and yes, we will monitor from afar. And yes, it's some time since it happened. I was on a hangout with Josh and Martin Kenny with Sun and Moon, and I had to silently slip out when I realised Alas was crying on the sofa, and the inevitable news had come. So I'll say now, peace and love to one and all. If you've lost a member ever, and if you've lost your sanity, if you feel like you're losing your sanity, do not worry. There is a way. There is much we can do instantly, overnight. Yes, we can. And I just wanted to say that all the family feels this, all the family sees it. The remedies that we have, herbal, tinctures, no medical advice, just what we do, what we employ, who we've followed. Sadhguru, Andy brought Sadhguru to me, wealth of knowledge there, that man, and the simplicity of it, Occam's razor being the thumbnail, the simplicity of it and the reasons for anything extra is superfluous to the mix. The mortgages and whatnot, we've got a few test cases now to look at, and have a that sickness in itself, the financial curse that we've all been under, the religious curse, and the language curse. Language, that's a tool, that's a massive tool. It's one of the biggest tools man has to his our accolade, and let alone the financial. So to find out just after what we've risen up to, we're going again to more heights, and you are able to stand on our shoulders, and you are able to take a look over there and then get back down and stand with us, and we move forward upon it as one, as you require, as we see fit, honourably and efficiently, organically, wholesomely, vibrating on a higher level. And it's just, if anyone's got any excellent remedies that have worked, home cure, that's another forum that can be made. And when we come back with hangouts, then you'll be prepared now. Colloidal and monatomic, vegetables, minerals, water, prayers, thoughts, Dr. Masaru Emoto, messages from water, the rice water experiment, the quantum. It's truly a magical realm that's being exposed to us since the 50s. It's been what, 2019, come on Dave, 69 years. It seems every 70 something years we go through, explosions of technology, knowledge and understanding. So we've got a lot to do. We see how the system has us like this, and we know how to remove the hands now, put them by the side and set up a different scenario. Comments. Who have we got? After, I think it was Lisa. Payment, pay mind. Yes, geez. We believe money exists. Yeah, well, it's credit, isn't it? Money. The professor now will help you understand that, and other such studies of credit creation. Creator is the creditor. Testator, stress, mental confliction, programming, glitch. Occupational hazard, of being in commerce, public, general, and all of that. Remember the line from Network, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore. There's lots out there, and they want you to rebel, rebellion ship. Andy will come up with the word rebellion and break it down for you. Turns out it was on about sextons, things we chat about in private. And a rebellion ship, Star Wars, rebel, fire, damage, and the programming. The truth, you can handle the truth. I know thyself as I am. I am that I am. You would say that with a screen name like that. You're going to say that, aren't you, fam? If you didn't say anything other than that, it would be suspicious. But yes, I am. When you look at yourself, when you look at the philosophers and the reasons of, and all of the YouTube crazy videos that I can't go through the titles now because I'll be here for too long. But you're well educated, you're well knowledgeable, and manifestation is the key word, and knowing thyself. I asked Santos where he got that from. I've seen it written down, and the scriptures, the gospels, the Bibles, the understanding of intellectuals. I think, therefore I am. But what you think and how you think can be easily manipulated and controlled, can't it? MK Ultra, Tavistock, DARPA initiates of death. Yes, it can. Repetition is the key, as Josh has pointed out, and the satanic records that have been exposed over time. Reverse language, the language in reverse, but it's not the language in reverse, it's the phonics that are hitting you. What hidden in that, playing backwards as it plays forward. Undertones, harmonic, frequency, resonance, voice to skull technology. And that's why I said DARPA at the end of MK Tavistock Ultra. And things like Pavlov conditioning, things like something where you got the Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, so truly incredible. The brain, the programming, knowing thyself. Once you think you know yourself, then you got to learn again to listen to the voice. Santos' latest talk was mind-blowing. The S-wave is our experience within the S-wave. Yes, Jesus, it's truly the earth, the two earths, and then you have the sine wave going off the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, the sine wave, right ascension, meridian. Man's learned. Yeah, this was all foreign to me. 23rd of March, going through April, May, June, July, August, Sept the 23rd from March the 23rd. Bosh, that's your 6 months there. Sept, darkness, evil, Egyptian. Aha, that's why October, Halloween, the festival, 3-day, not festival, thingy of death, Halloween, hallowed Eve, and Day of Death, Day of Souls, etc. Very, very interesting. AM, PM, that's also AM, after the cross that's in the zodiac bits like that. It's Jonesy, I'm with you, I'm learning, I'm loving it. Stovilla Elohim Ra comes to mind. He's disappeared. He's down South America, and we need to try and find him. I do. That man has got a magical mind too. Josh X, myself, Santos, Stovilla. The book is on the .com if you want to download it, that Santos showed on that video, which is called The Language something. What is it called? The Secret Language? The Language Crystal. The Language Crystal is available .com if you want to have a look at that, if you're struggling to find it. Also, a book that he recommended was called The Salts of the Zodiac. That's on there. Alchemic, mental alchemy, turning the consciousness, awakening, going to the temple, Solomon, K11, king as king. Those that need help know that you'll get some, and it will be instant. If we all spoke, P. Hendricks, new subscriber, thank you very much to all new scribers, because you are not subs, you are just scribers, Famalan. If we all spoke legalese as a joke to begin with, then it shall become fluent like a second language rather than a secret one. Just a thought. If they didn't set up, well, yeah, if we had full disclosure on how shit was when we needed it, you know, and become legal age and the age of majority and X, Y, and Z, disclosure is, you know, like discovery would have been a wonderful thing. You know, not being subservient, not being subjects, battles, agreements, monarchies, Game of Thrones styling, houses, orders, persons, public, private. It's just, you know, our fathers, forefathers, mums, dads, lineage gone past have had great struggles. The wars, how horrible was it through the wars, you know? So I'd argue to some extent, I see what you're saying, but in an ideal world, we'd have it corrections, wouldn't we? And we'd put them into place and appoint us in power of. They lose control of the minions. This was where only a selected few were chosen to know about the occult. Aye, yes. P. Hall, Crowley, Illuminati, Masons. That what Kev brought out that was repeated from what we chatted about Sunday when the police handing over to Michael the alleged evidence of banks and MPs dealings and no charges to come. So chosen fews are everywhere. You need to learn Kriya Yoga. I am that I am. Okay, why would you recommend that? The S wave though, and Santos, more to come when Josh finally gets up and when it's you know, convenient for all. We are linking soon. It's coming up to stay for a short while. There are 50 types of breath. 49 types are for material gain, okay? And only one leads to God realization, the shortest. The 50 types of breath. Breathing styles, so short breaths, long breath, shallow breath, chanting the Om or ATUM, autum, ot, atom, atomic, Adam, Adama, Jonesy, scribes, more to come on the Ra, sun, energy, breathing, nostrils, vortexing, sounds, resonance, and also what it does to you for your meditation, I suppose, yeah. This is an amazing live. It's Kerry Skywatcher, is it now? Thank you, sister, and you are amazing scribes. Hitting the diaphragm just below the rib cage repeatedly can help take away the negative energy. Seek out how to do it first before trying. As always, Jesus, thank you. And yes, here's one here. Thumb. Who would have thought it? Thanks for telling us, Dave. Doing this on and off for 20 to 30 seconds activates a part of the brain. There's like a little memory brain reset, and if you go that way, sideways, and you do it and you hold it for 20 to 30 seconds, and then you let go, you should feel clearing of the nostrils and like a sensation. My brain's instantly started going. I hear my ears bing, and you feel a reaction. So the pressure points are very integral, as well as the chi meridian, the energy points, the liquids that we put into our body, the toxins and the foods and everything. So yeah, right, I do like the energies and the diaphragm, rib cage, how you're looking at the body, its movement, breathing exercises, then what you do and how you go down, bending, stretching, joints, skincare, hydration, minerals, vitamins, bulking up. Those are like a beanpole. Good news. I'm going to show you how to bulk up and calm down and get some kind of inner peace, balance, and a diet is up to you. But we will see. It's already increasing. I'm having a little project going off, so we'll see. Lots to bring, and what you're doing, I'd like to know as well. Yes, John. Aye. Thank you. There is a channel talking about the poison issue, vaccine fraud. Seems the experiments on people are ongoing. Yes, Shivai. Hello there. Yes, peace and love. FPV. Hello. The seasons, the 12 gates, and the true analemma. Thank you for the share. Much love, F, and I will be looking at that in a few days. Thank you. Don't worry, you're part of your house as well as the smallest particle. Yes, John. The God particle, the Higgs boson, the expanding universe, the atom and the toroidal energy, 3, 6, and 9, vortex math. We need this fourth sovereign landmass, fields. We're looking at acquisitions and setting up organic fruits, vegetables. It's going to take time, to happen, but once it's established and there's an outlay, it can only get bigger and better and faster, starting in the communities. But power, resources, hydrogen, energy, atomic energy, and to some extent, some kind of mad professor is going to be going off. Gay, hello there, another scriber of new, Alzia. Put my teeth in and say it. Hello there, thank you. It never happened. Hello there, sister, is it? I believe. Legally, blah, blah, blah. Oh, John, I'm skipping that one. My brain hurts. It's end of the day. It's just a quick update to let you know. Mental health, we're on that. All kinds of health, wealth, sciences. So, yes, Lev. Connecting the dots. I like that one. New scribe, thank you. So much to learn, and I'm loving it too. Indy, thank you. Connecting. Wait till we get on it with Kev, Josh, Andy, myself, and G-Star. And with what you've got, we will promote it. I'll put the hangout up on the .com, and I'll set it for a couple of days in advance, and we'll try to fix a day where all 5 can have an hour or two, and we will take your top issues, whether it be dietary, weight, too much, too little, not sleeping, biting your nails, habits, tempers, things self-medicated. God, that's 9. And financial, and then the legal and lawful we'll do separately. This is just exclusively for like these topics, these kind of things, separating it. So thank you. I'm looking forward to it, and so are the boys. The language, knowing I have easy now. Brothers just dropped in. Looks. Just had a veg soups, if that helps. Yes, as long as it wasn't from a tin and it was cooked fresh, and with the vegetables, nice ones. Good to know, John. It does translate healthy body, healthy mind. What you put in here, you know, when they sell us the cheap stuff, as I've pointed out, with these chocolates that contain the E110 and the E129, when you look at the ingredients list, right, when you look at the ingredients list, look how long it is. Look at this. That cannot be good for any man. Too much crap. And it's cheap, so you go to the supermarkets and you'll get something, and it'll be here, and it'll be a value product, and it will be £1.50, and you'll look at it and it'll have all the nice things in, and you'll think, actually, that's not bad. And then you look at the next one that's a value own brand make, and you look at it and you think, 75 pence, that's half of £1.50. For that reason, I might be in. What's in it? It's got 50 ingredients. This one's got 5, £1.50. This one's 75p, but there's 50 ingredients. And man thinks, well, 5 ingredients, you want to be 75p because you've only got 5 in. You've got 50 and you're 75p, so you have 5 times the amount, or I don't know how many, lots, 100 times the amount in some cases of crap that is all processed, non-whole, non-vitality, non, as the Rastaman say, vital, and it is just like the ciders that you can buy. The cheap is what? Alcohol, quality alcohol, 20 quid. Cheap alcohol, £3. What's going on? Well, this cider has never seen an apple. It's just made with chemicals in a lab, and that's why it's 3 quid. Well, that should be outlawed. It shouldn't be allowed. That's poison to man. When you've got plastics for sale in the supermarket, non-BPA and BPA. What? Microwaves, the way that they heat up food, allegedly, you know, and it goes on. So where you're trying to be healthy, not smoke, not do this, not do that, you're getting affected other ways. As I said, what they did with the chickens, what they did with the cows, what they're doing with the alleged 5G and the stimulation there, it's quite horrific. So we've got to start home and community. Your home is here. You live here under the dome. Yes, allegedly, I would like to think, as a consciousness. You have a body, you have a brain, you have a heart. There are 12 systems, and funnily enough, 12, okay, that number again, in this body. Then you've got the mind, the body, the soul, the tripart. So there's a lot going off on a physical level and on a non-physical level. You've got those that can get out the body and astral project. Josh allegedly can do that. I'm going to get learnings, and I'm going to be telling you all. And there are those that can remote view. There are those with pineal glands that are extra activated that can psychically and work with and pick up on and predict. So there are things out there. Search Edgar Casey on the cult film They Live. At the scene where he's at the scene with the magazines and he's just got the glasses and he's put them on and he's looking like, what? And he opens a book and sees the truth. There's a picture of Edgar Casey. He's the sleeping prophet, the Akashic records. You know, you've got cancer, says the GP 6 months ago. 9 months later, you go back, you don't have cancer. The GP said you wasn't going to be cured. The doctor said you'd got a year or 2 to live. Now it's gone. What, you know, if you believe they put a man on the moon, if you tolerate this, etc. Again, so thank you all. We have got a lot to bring. My speciality area is going to be something of mental cognizance, cognitive dissonance, the instruments and things that we have, and you know, not the law, but to understand money, you need law. To understand health and wealth, you need a mixture of your environment. for you to understand it efficiently, their diet will come from Josh, I imagine, and Kev and Andy is applicable there. And we will set our areas. We will take questions from you. We will take any homeopathic, self-made, your own ideas, input, how you've overcome stress, anger, cognitive behavioral therapy. That's what we're doing. Neuro-linguistic programming by your passive learning and interaction. Those that do and walk will, find and see. We will learn together. We will bring out what we know, and we will balance and harmonize. There are others like Alan Watts and also Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Yourself Rich to have a look at. There is Sadhguru and RIP to Dr. Sebi, India and Africa there. Prophets again. How long will we stand aside and look? We're not standing aside and looking. MI5, GCHQ, DARPA, everybody else that's in the mix here against us. The prophets, no. Teachers, no. Mans that give a shit, yes. Seen enough, yes. Old pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. Enough said. When my people are put back on ships, well, we're all on ships. We're on slave lane. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But his hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. Having faith, that's it. Yeah, we forward in this generation triumphantly. It's no longer a Pepsi generation. It's turned into a self-governing sun star, Ra star, sovereign generation of love. So yes, we will help to sing these songs of freedom. The cause, all I ever had. We are emancipating via mental alchemy ourselves from mental slavery. YouTube, none but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for the atomic energy. We're going to give you a nuclear vision. What? Because none of them can stop the time. Well, one can stop the time. He's outside of time. That's the big man, the big G. How long shall they kill our prophets and stop them going live until they have 1,000 scribes while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We say it's bollocks. Sorry for swearing. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? XYZ. Emancipate yourselves, scribes, from your own mental slavery. None but yourselves can flick that switch and free your mind. You can't, we're going to stand aside and look. It's not just a part of it. And they're not songs of freedom. They're songs of rights. They're songs of man's rights. Right to reply. You have a right to discharge. You have a right to defend. You have a right to many things. And we would like you to have a right to live and rather than exist. All right? Existing, we're not down for that. Suffering, banks, debt, loans. Those that have asked about the mortgage hangout and can it work with loans and credit cards and anything money related, yes it can, but you wouldn't do have the same indemnification coming from the land registry. It would come from the financial area of which the loan or the agreement was done for the financial setup. So much like using a birth certificate for identity and opening an account, those that have done that, you can nullify and avoid the liability by non-disclosure on that birth certificate. So please know we're managing a lot and we're bringing it up through the .com and through here. We're instigating strength and safety, protection initially, and then we will contemplate the moves of the pawns to get on the black and white chessboard, look at the Babylon, and yes, make it crumble. So we're going to cook dinner now, then I'm going to emails and I'm going on the .com and then I'm crashing out. I don't feel too well. It's been a bit of a trying day. It's a somber week because we've got the Friday trip to Magyar. Bless, say some prayers for the family if you wouldn't mind. Send your love, good vibrations and positivity in a time of this is going to be mental anguish and the stress of families, the stress of losing ones, the stress of the finance, men that don't speak, men, we're going to chat. We are, will the real sovereign men please stand up and take a bow? Tell us how you struggle. Tell us if you've punched a wall. Tell us if you're self-medicated. What have you lost? I'll tell you what I've lost. I've lost so much, and my temper is one of them. So cocaine and alcohol is never a good mix. Never. Never, never, never. We are self-medicating. There's more cocaine in the Thames than I think there is fishes. There was a report done. We don't read all the reports and believe them, but we accept them, and then we look at getting further research and discovery on them. So, man, you can't get out of it. We have the evidence for our claims. The proof is there. Whether or not you are part of it and want to change, you're smoking too much weed, all right, weed's not going to kill you, weed this, that, the other, it's given by God, cannabis, here we go for the last little bit, canna and bis, canna, Latin, dog, bis, by, two, Bible, two, bull, cannabis, dog, Latin, Latin for dog, canna, funny, not meant to, and bis too. So you've got the two dog. The cannabis is the two dog. The Dogon tribe and the no God, Dogon backwards is no God, say that cannabis come from the dog star. The dog star is Sirius. It has Sirius B and C going around it. And the Dogons knew about this moon that goes around the main star. Wow, is it? Yeah, it's a star, so it's a sun, and it has two moons, and the Dogons were worshipping that every 50 years that goes round, and they've known about this for hundreds of years, and they talked about cannabis and lizard people. So this realm, the stories, the creations, the drugs, shamanic. Thank you to Brother B, who sent me a 200 and nearly 300 page PDF on Celtic and shamanic languages, magic, and certain other things with the words there. So mushroom high priests, mushroom heads, fish heads, lizard people, reptilians, Anunnaki, Nephilim, drugs, health and wealth. Kind of sidetracked there, but you see where we're going. It's linked in. We're going to keep it focused, and it's just truly incredible where we're at. Now I'm going to capture comments and say bye. We're going to cook, and sorry for the bad. If you're going to rewind it and check the bad Bob Marley Redemption song, I'm sorry for the pain. All right, if it makes you smile, I've done my job. Phil Langdon, also entitled Enlightened British Guy, still works full time and explains things. Yes, Menzo, I've checked him. He's on a list of mine, I do believe. Hi, peace and love from SoCal Toto. Hey, thank you. It is always nice to know where you are geographically, allegedly on the plane. Water pump on the firmament. PSC and foot and mouth was just them destroying our farming, forcing us to GMO shite. Yep. Agreed. Sustained. For land for growing projects, make organic heating. Yeah. Everything's good in moderation. I say everything. Well, allegedly, but it's your choice. But even the ganja is harmful. In too much of it, it's a depressant. If you take a drug, okay, let me explain it this way. Then it took me to think about it this way till I had to curb the cannabis smoking because I wasn't drinking alcohol. Clearly, have too much energy. Wow. So when I was self-medicating when I was younger and DJing and needing to calm down, when I was in a bad mood and I'd be annoyed, maybe the nightclub manager had not paid me enough, maybe something had gone missing, maybe had messed up in the mix, maybe had had an argument with somebody. There was many and various, yes? So non-harmonious existence, being a DJ, fellow DJs, can I get a hell yeah? So going home and tanning an eighth in a bad mood, Yeah, it'll get you to sleep, but what it does, it's like alcohol, it amplifies the mood where you are at. So when you take a drug or you are harnessing, if you're lucky enough to harness it in your body, you'd get the balance and you get the relief that way. And as you're externally forcing it in with the alcohol and the smoking and the sniffing, even the cocaine, all the other street drugs that are there, they will, enhance. And if you're in a bad place, it will go worse. And if you always then start to run away from your problems and start using chemicals to feel better, then, pardon me, much like running away in real life, it's hard to face up to your problems. And this is the reason man does this. So that's why I just went on a tangent about the weed actually. And it's a good thing, but it's medicinal. It might fix cancer, but too much of anything is bad for you. Even though you might say it can't kill you, it will kill other things. It will kill your self-esteem. I know that for a fact. So that's why I went onto a tangent with the Dogons and such things there. Lux, bon appetit, or as they say in Hungarian, Joet Vajot. Joet Vajot. There you go. Learned that for Magyar. Got to practice it again. It's crazy going there. Love and peace of mind and heart to you, bro, Indy and Queen. Thank you, connecting. Richmond, VA. Great, VA. Right, now we've got to play the... It's bad enough with the three-letter abbreviations. Thank you to you, URC child. Richmond, Vancouver. There we go. Is it Vancouver? We're going to have to play the guessing game now. So tell us. Thank you. What's Jay on about with Menza? David sent you a text. I take it you didn't get it. Just wondering if I've sent to the right number. That battery's just died. Let me see. Now you have to send an email to david@splspro.com where you don't have a public inquiry line for the .com. It's only via email. The SIM was blown. 2 phones got blown. I just got annoyed with buying phones in SIMs and thought we're clearly not allowed to have a phone. For some reason, this phone, my private line, there you go, let's listen. The private line, like shipping lanes, these are commercial lines. No, they're not. It's a private line. That one I can give out on an email, or we can chat over the internet on Telefonica type things, you know, Hangouts, Skype, Discord, whatever your pleasure. Telephone, I can't have one. I'm not allowed to have one. We try this one. Yeah, it's good, but I do believe it's compromised. And yeah, that one may have gone through. The garments worn by Vatican priests resemble magic mushrooms. You send me to Jay, yeah, we'll speak, get an email done. I'm only on the 9 accounts, 200. David@splspro.com. I'll scan and reply to urgent, important, looking at more now. Yes, just email, don't worry, we'll speak. I love you, URC. Nice one, Jay. I forgot to say. Josh X, connecting the dots, I. Magic mushrooms and fish heads, Menza, yes. I got that. Virginia. Alright then, VA. So it's the first and last what it is, sorry. And thank you. Pennsylvania. Wow. I always thought Transylvania was in Pennsylvania. Turns out Transylvania is in Romania, is it not? Yes. Geography is terrible to say that. You know, when I was driving across Europe, I had a lot of corrections as I was physically going east to, west to east. Bringing the guitar next time, please. No, Dom, that will not be happening again. I just wanted to express some of Bob's words and, you know, singing this song where he says in it, you know, we will be singing the song. Was 2 days, you gave me the number on SPO's Pro. Alright, and Jay, we'll check on that. I have got, if you get a report, I've got it. Virginia and Pennsylvania from Alaska. Wow. Yeah. No, we are going to connect. You send me email. I don't know which number. I've speak to a lot of mans. I've only got one number. That is this one. So don't worry. I will check my email and we will go online on a chat thing. That's no problem. Telephone. It's all compromised. So as I use Wi-Fi, we can have a chat there, Jay. So I accept, and it will be done. Next time you can be saying that's done. We're on with this, and we'll promote it. Thank you for the help. We need the help. I want the help. Whilst cooking, we're going to have a chat, me and Jay. All right, send an email to david@spowspro.com and let me know how you want to chat, and I will check the text messages, of which I've probably had 30 in the last few days. So yeah, did I reply? I should have. Menza says thank you. Yes, it's Dave, Andy, Kevin, Josh, G-Star, you know, all of us there. There's the 5 you lot for what you do, the fam, the tribe, the scribe tribe, the Sovstar scribe tribe. Look at all these words that are coming out. It's just madness that we state the standing and capacity. Jay, yeah, it's come through now. Smiley face with Jay. Bosh, there we go. Hey, I'm a good lad, see, I don't lie and I get confused and I can't remember, but I'm a man of my word and honour. Just very busy, and yeah, we need help. We'll chat afterwards, Jay, no problem. Where did we get to? Sandy. Hi, Lisa on Alaska. You also destroyed our fishing. Stop it, F. Yes, to do a lot. Thatcher, we're getting into the politics. Sorry, agreed. Another time. Big up Alaska. Talking of fishing, wow, synchronicity. Pollock. Anybody for Pollock? Pennsylvania is Keystone State. Seems they are setting up rural assemblies here in the US. Keystone States. Yeah, I know. I've got my bearings. Not non-related. Americans, please answer me this. Right, I believe. I am sure. I bet many things on this. Not right now, but let me just sell you this first. And scribes from UK, Anglo, England, non-Americans, this is the challenge, this is the answer. There is a reference in my mind of a massive station. Right, I'd like you all to answer at the same time, but not yet. Wait till I finish and then everybody types so they kind of hit at the same time. There is a station in America, and it's sort of been in a lot of films, and it's grand, and it's central, and it's a train station. I'd like to know the name of it, because it seems to me that someone rang me the other day talking about many things, and we veered off as we do, and weird realm type things are happening, manifestations of sorts. I don't know what we could blame this on. We're not digressing too much, but Grand Central, what is its name? Is it something that you've seen in the film? Have you been there physically? Have you also researched the Mandela effect and found this new type weird thing that's happened along with the car badges and the other such things? And I remember quite well many of these effects. It's as we're talking mental health and not knowing where you are, who you are, what you are, when you are. I think this is quite relevant because it blows my mind, and it's just something's just clinked it there. Grand Central what? I thought it was called a word with 7 letters. Yeah, 7. And it is now called, it has always been called, and it hasn't been called that, it's always been called one with 8. So the 7-letter original for me, and we'll say that after, and the 8-letter original is always has been. Sorry to go on one. Station, yeah, Grand Central Station. But go and have a look. It's called Grand Central Terminal. And it's always been called Grand Central Terminal. Not funny. I don't know why I'm smiling, but go and do your research. That's mentally mashed me Swede. Terminal. There, URC's got terminal. There you go. Just random. Mental. Sorry to go on that. We don't really focus on Mandela and such things and flat earths and realms. We're aware, we are intrigued, we haven't got the time for that, but with the channels that have, we big up and look and we check in. That's it, we're all up to date. Thank you to the new fam, thank you to the scribes. Those that have not subscribed to Eye of Creator, please go and visit that channel, Eye and then of Creator separately. We'll get man up to 1,000 scribes so we can get live again and fulfill the book literally, and Jay, it's your time to shine. Peace and love. Ciao bello. Random update. We're going to be back regular. We're going to get strong. I'll start measuring bicep, things like that, chest, and you'll watch how we grow. Substance over form. If you want to work out with us, you can do cardiovascular. You do your high weights and low reps for bulk up, and your low weights with high reps for toning. So we can do it for ladies, we can do it for men. Health and wealth. Get busy. Sovereign sessions, whatever you want to call it, I'm do them separately, not with Kevin and Andy and Josh, but I'll show you exercises, breathing. Thank you for that. I'd like more information. Send them to us. We'll collate it. We'll put it all into the forum on the .com, and then once it's articulated, those that aren't there on the .com will come back and read it out. Some of the bits, poignant, interesting, articulate remedies for man by man, given from the goodness of the realm, wholesome, organic, non-Monsanto, non-chemical, chlorine-washed chicken. Just says it all. What kind of a system would allow that? We wouldn't. Who sanctioned that? Oh yes, there's a new proposal. What for? Well, shit meat. What do you mean shit meat? Well, it needs washing in bleach. What? Why do you want to do that? Well, turns out the chicken's shit. Ah yes, you said that in the beginning, I remember. Okay, is it safe? Well, bit like smoking, bit like mercury, a bit like formidabide, a bit like... Okay, then yes, I hear what you're saying. How much will it... Oh right, millions. Yes, okay, that's a definite benefit. And they're militant combatants that are living in sin, yes, in the sine wave of... Okay, let's sign it off. And that's how it goes. It's not nice, it's not clever. So, yeah, we'll be back. The boys, they bring what they know and we'll work it together. We'll outlay it again. If you had to kill it, I'd do it, dare say, if I was stranded and there was only that to eat, meat, and you had to live, then I don't know, would you die? Would you not live? We'll cover that on other hangouts. Jay, let's do this. Subscribers, ciao for now. We will be back. The physical 5, Andy, Josh, David, Kev, and we'll give them time to prepare. We'll allow it to advertise for you to get the time to come in, and yeah, New York Grand Central Station. That's what I'm saying. Connecting. Have a look. It's actually Grand Central Terminal. What? Amongst all the other Mandela-y things out there, that one really is definitely station. 100% always been mental, to say the least. Yes, radio rentals. Namaste, much love.